All right, hello people of the Minnesota State Fair, and I am going to demo some beautiful, delicious pastry cream. It is the basis for so many different desserts. So we are going to start with a half cup of sugar and then 4 cups of milk. We're using whole milk today because you want a little fat in your cream because this is what's going to make it beautifully smooth and creamy. We are going to get this going on, we don't want it too high, but we want to bring that milk and sugar up to a boil. So we are going to let that go. Then we have 2/3 of a cup sugar and a half cup of cornstarch. This cornstarch is going to help thicken this pastry cream so that it gets really nice and thick. This pastry cream can be used in eclairs, cream puffs, in millefeuilles, which is where you take puff pastry and you bake it off and you do layers of pastry cream and puff pastry. Oh my goodness, it's an amazing dessert. Then we have 4 egg yolks and 2 regular eggs, and we're gonna mix this all together. All right, so we're gonna mix all of this together so it's nice and smooth. We are using a fork today. You can use a whisk. This is what we had available. This is, you know, part of kitchen life and even home life. You kind of use whatever you have available to you. So I had fork, and that's what we're gonna use. So we're gonna make this all nice and smooth so that when the milk comes up to a boil, we can then temper that into, temper it into this because we don't want to cook the eggs. We want to bring these eggs up slowly. All right, so we are now at a point where we are starting to get some bubbles in the in the pot. So we are going to turn the heat down and remove it. All right, so we are going to take some of the hot milk and temper it into the eggs. This is where you take about 1/3 of the hot product and you slowly stream it into the eggs because you don't want these eggs to cook. So we're bringing them up to temperature so that they won't scramble, because we don't want sweet scrambled eggs because that's just gross. All right, so we are going to be tempering this in, and it's just a slow stream because again, we are just bringing this up to temperature and helping everything start. We're gonna add a little bit more. Try not to make a giant mess like I am right now, guys. All right, so we have a good base. So now we are going to put this back in with everything. Get that kind of cleared out a little. Mix that all together, and then we're going to go back on, and then we are going to turn this down. Let's see. And we're gonna do this on a medium-low heat. And this, you kind of want to stir constantly because you want to create a situation where you have air in there to help keep things kind of cool, but you want to bring things up to boil at the same time. But you don't want to do that too quickly, otherwise, again, you're gonna end up with sweet scrambled eggs, and that's not a dessert, guys. As much as your mom might have told you that sort of stuff was dessert, we want this beautifully smooth. And if you do get some curdles in there, you can take it through a fine mesh strainer, and that will help you get rid of any oddities that you might find. But our goal is to not have that right now. So as we stir this, it's gonna take a little while. We are going to allow it to come up to boil because that's actually how you get the cornstarch to thicken, is to bring it to a boil. Which is why when you add it into a soup or a sauce, you add it in with a cold liquid into boiling hot water or boiling hot sauce, and then it goes back up to a boil, and then you start to see it thicken. So we are just gonna sit here and chill for a little while and stir, because this is gonna take a few minutes to do. So we are actually coming up to thickness right now. It has taken us a little while, but we are starting to get some good thickness in our pastry cream. And it's actually, I can feel it on the bottom, so as you're stirring, you can kind of start to feel that cornstarch and egg start to really thicken up. So we are going to see, we're gonna take the spatula, we're gonna check the edges, because the fork doesn't get everything. And we've got some good thickness, we're perfect. So we are going to turn that off. I turned it off, yes I did. You know, working with someone else's stove is always a challenge. So we are going to take this off the heat. Use this oven mitts if you're at home. I have a chef's hands, which means they don't burn easily, because when you have to carry a hot thing and your oven mitts slip or they do something else, you're carrying something hot and you suck it up and you deal. So we are going to add in 4 tablespoons of butter. This is going to add to that smoothness. And we're just going to sort of slowly add it in. This gives it a little extra creaminess. It actually starts to help cool it down a little bit as well. Because right now we have, well, boiling hot pudding. Because pastry cream is sort of your base for pudding. So if you could add chocolate or butterscotch, pistachios, whatever you want to this. It is a base for just a lot of pastries. Custard is one of those amazing, amazing desserts. It's pudding, it's mousse, it's creme brulee, it's flan. And they're all just eggs, sugar, milk, with a little bit of different things added in. So we have 2 teaspoons of vanilla here. Ooh, try not to make it all fall. We're gonna mix that in. And we have pastry cream, guys. We have this amazing, amazing dessert that's a little hot, that needs to cool a little, and then we can put it into a glass with some fresh berries and peaches. So you could do an ice bath right now, which is a big bowl with ice and water in it, and then you pour this into that. Or you can just, we'll just put this into another container and put it in the fridge for a little while so it has the opportunity to cool. And I did not plan this out, guys. We are going to put this into a shallow pan, because this will actually help it cool faster than if I put it into a big bowl, because this puts everything at the same level. So everything is the same depth. We don't have a super deep spot because of the way a bowl is. And there you go. We're gonna put this in and let it cool. Perfect. And then we will have pastry cream. All right, so our pastry cream is cooled. So we are ready to make sort of our fruit parfait. All right, it's a little lumpy because we didn't have a whisk. So, but that's okay, because we're making this for home. So I took a Ziploc bag and I cut a little tip in it, and then we're putting it in a cup so that we can fill the cup so we can put the stuff in the wine glass. So you don't ever want to overfill your pastry bag, because if you do that, then you have to hold on to it and it heats things up, or it really starts to hurt your hands. So we're just gonna do a little bit, and this is going to help us get this into closer down to the bottom. It's a little bit flimsy just because it's not meant, so we're gonna put a little bit of that. We have some beautiful chopped peaches, some blueberries, and then we're gonna add a little more pastry cream. All right, need a little bit more in there. It's better to refill than it is to overfill, because then you get pastry cream coming out, or it hurts your hands. Or if you're using buttercream, it gets too warm, and then it gets weird to work with. So we're gonna fill that. And then we're gonna finish with a few peach slices. I love peaches and blueberries together. I make a cake that's a peach blueberry upside down spice cake that is delicious. And I only make it during the summer when I get fresh peaches and blueberries. So this is our pastry cream parfait. It goes great with anything. It's made best with whole milk. So you want to use that whole milk made with dairy, especially if you can find local, because we want to support Minnesota farmers. And thank you to the Minnesota Beef Council for letting us use their kitchen today. I'm Chef Sara Dooley from Hubert H. Humphrey Job Corps. Thank you. Have a great day.